Yes, welcome to my high-end and frequency business podcast. My name is Lisette from the Netherlands, and I'm an international trained high-end success medium and a high-end and frequency business coach. Throughout my podcast series, I help ambitious, empathetic coaches who aim for high-end success, fulfillment, and ultimate life and business mastery. Absolutely living and thriving from their stardust potential. I'll give you the tips, the tools, and energy shifts you need to shift to the next level of impact, abundance, freedom, and absolute energy joy. So I hope you're ready to shift with me. Let's go. Step into your greatness for high level acceleration. How reactivating your inner kingdom accelerates your personal and business growth. Yes, a very warm welcome to podcast 29 of the High End and Frequency Business Podcast. Well, in this episode, we're going to talk about that you are made for greatness and why most people don't use it to their advantage. And we're also going to talk about how to powerfully step into your greatness and how the memory of the future plus asking the right questions shows you the way. And I'm going to share my way how you can reactivate your inner kingdom. Well, amazing that you're here. And as you know, I work with energy, I work with frequencies. I'm a high-end success medium. So to get to that high-end level, to get to that next level of impact, income, freedom, energy joy, and all those amazing things you wish and want to receive in your life, there is a really powerful way that you can use right at this moment while you're listening to this podcast to shift timelines, to get to a certain place at a certain time. And we talk about time, but as you know, at the fifth dimension, there is no time, there's only space. But we can shift our energy. We can step out of this moment to our future self. To our future self, we can ask our future self certain questions, and then when it's created in the future, what we call future, even though it's now, but we're not going to overcomplicate things, but you can ask your future self questions, and then you can take the insights of your future self who already has created everything you wish and want for in life. You can ask him or her questions, and you can take those questions back into the now, into the moments. So you know what direction to go, what action steps to take, and what's the best way for you at this moment in time to just make it happen. So we're going to do a little exercise, and I'm going to ask you questions. And please trust your inner knowing, trust your inner kingdom and inner wisdom, as well as the energy that's connected to that. Because there's so much more out there that we don't even, can comprehend. So trust, that's the most powerful word to integrate into your being so that you can use that in your business, at a personal level, in your business, to take new steps and to take powerful action steps with confidence, because that's really important. Because when you step into that powerful energy and frequency, your light starts to shine from within. That I call that the God source within, but you can call that the energy of spirit or your eternal flame, whatever feels good for you. But it's important for this exercise just to understand, have an open mind, and to understand that you can travel at this moment everywhere and anywhere you want to be and want to go. You can go there, ask questions, get insights, and with that memory, come back in the here and the now. And yeah, it's so, so powerful. Plus, you have created the thought form of the future image of you being successful. So the first question I want to ask you, wherever you are now in your business, what do you want to accomplish? And it's quite easy, especially you're listening to the High End and Frequency Business Podcast. So to think about a certain amount. Think about a certain amount just for this exercise, and then you can later ask your own questions that resonate at a deeper level or a more important level maybe for you. But we're going, just take a deep breath in and breathe out and feel your body in the here and now. Feel how you sit or lay down at the moment and become aware of maybe where your body is warm or cold, or maybe you feel something tingling or some pressure somewhere, some pain, and just become aware of it. And it's not important to attach a meaning to it, just let it be for now. But it's to get your energy here in the now. And where focus goes, energy flows. So we're going to focus on your future self. Your future self, a few years maybe from now, or maybe a year from now, and you see your future self now, and see yourself, see that image. How do you look? How do you move? How do you feel? But most important, you have made $1 million revenue, or you have made $10 million revenue in your business. And you got to that place, that point in your life, in your business, and you did it. You made it happen. So now we're going to that moment where you are in the future, and you're going to ask some questions. So here are the questions. What did my future self do to create that $1 million, $10 million? What did my future self do? And write down the answers, or just let it come forward. It's like within 3 seconds. Don't think about it, feel it. What did my future self do to create that $1 million or $10 million? And what steps did I take? And feel the memory. Feel the memory of that moment of greatness. You are there. You are powerful. You stepped into your greatness. What steps did I take to get there? What did you do? Okay. And another question. And ask your future self, what did I let go of? What did I let go of? What did I say goodbye to? And trust again that feeling. And write it down for yourself. You can press the pause button to write it down. Let the insights flow through you. Trust the memory of your future self. You're creating the thought form at this moment. And you have already achieved what you want to achieve. Just a short amount of time from the now. Okay, so what did I let go of, and what did I change? What did I change in myself or in my business? What decisions did I take to get to that $1 or $10 million revenue in my business? And while the answers come to you, and if they don't immediately drop in, if you don't get it as a download straight away, no problem. You can always get back to this exercise, or maybe write down the questions and really relax. And it can even happen that you take a shower after listening to this, and that the answer just pops in. Oh, wow, I let go of that, or I let go of this, or I changed that. And oh, wow, I got that amazing idea that my future self created. Wow, that's insane. And how simple, how simple. Now I understand, with the vision of me, my future self is so powerful. With that vision and with those insights and with those decisions made from greatness, I shifted everything. So tell your present self, what did it take to become a millionaire? What did it take? And trust. Trust. Who did I become? Who did I become? And another important question, feel how you feel. Feel how you feel once you establish that goal, that revenue goal. And how does the energy of the greatness of this memory feel? How does it feel? And if it's hard to feel the money, then go beyond the money and feel, how does it feel to use the money in ways you wished to use it? Why did you need the money? Who did you help? What did you buy? Who did you serve with the money? How does it feel? What did your future self do? And how do you move? How do you play? How do you have fun? How do you enjoy life? How do you take care of yourself? Very good. Now, You just stepped into the frequency of your future self and feel as well. What are you grateful for? What are you grateful for? First feeling, who do you love? Who is in your life? Who is around you? And what do you do with the money? Who did you help? Who did you serve? And how does that make you feel? And just feel and sense, what did you focus on? What first step did you take after listening to this podcast? What first step did you take to get there? Okay, write it down, and I call it free flow writing. Just let the downloads come in and trust, even though you think, well, I don't know where that came from. Just trust and practice. Practice, because that's the most important part. It's like a muscle that you can train, you can practice. And once you get the hang of this, it starts to become easier and easier. And you can just ask questions like, what would it take for me to get that 1 million? What would it take to change my business to that next level? What is needed? So what did it take for my future self to create that 1 million or $10 million revenue? And trust again that answer. And what I want to say, be open to synchronicities in your life, because now you have the memory of your future self, who is established, who created everything you wished for in this moment in time. And it's already there. You created the thought form. It's out there. The energy is there. So keep sending love to your own heart. Keep feeding yourself with love, with care, with self-care, with moments of reflection, meditation, hypnosis, working on yourself. Because connecting to the memory of your future self is so powerful. And you know your future self, you've sensed it. You know you've stepped into your greatness. Well, I hope you had amazing downloads, amazing insights that you can use to take that next step. Because you have to take action and you have to take that step. But first you have to decide to act upon those downloads and insights. Yes, and to get more powerful in working with those energy layers and with all those powerful energy tools that already reside within you, I call it reactivate your inner kingdom, because that's the way you can look at it. You are pure energy. You are made of stardust, and you are made of greatness for greatness. I mean, it's there when you think about how you even got here. That's like, who thought of that? That's what I call greatness, even though you start really small in life, but it's like magic how everything works, how everything grows. So you can trust that stardust potential. And I call the center of your inner kingdom. And well, it's not the way I call it, but I learned that from my mentor, Mavis Patilla, and she called that the God spark within. And you need to know, the way I grew up, there was no certain religion. We didn't talk about God. We just had freedom to choose to believe whatever we wanted to. So for some reason, for a long time, I felt kind of resistance to the word God. But the way my mentor taught it and the way she talked about the God spark within, that has nothing to do with the man sitting on a chair somewhere out there, or whatever way you want to call it, because just call it whatever feels good for you, like the source spark of the spirit within or your eternal flame. But Mavis called it the God spark within. And that's the way I look at it. It's like you are a direct spark from source energy, the source that created everything. And because of that God spark within, that spark, that source energy within you, that can't be destroyed ever, because it's energy. It can only change form. But there's so much power, so much wisdom within you. It resides within you and around you. You have that spark within. And when you know that spark that's within me, that's been there always, that's connected to greatness. That's connected to greatness. But why? don't people take advantage of this amazing fire within you? Well, most people aren't connected to the heart, but they only use their brain, their mind, and the subconscious programming. And when you listen to that part, you will never step out of your comfort zone because you're programmed to survive. You're not programmed to succeed. You're programmed to survive. So then the fear kicks in. And then nothing happens. So that's why everybody is made for greatness. Everybody is made of greatness, but not everybody is using that spark, that flame. And well, you probably know people who have done the work and then you feel it. You don't even know how to explain it sometimes, but you feel within their energy, there's something there, a power, a force, a driving force. It's almost like when you're close to them within their auric field, their energy field, or just listen to them being in their energy field, it's like you get energy of them. And that's how it works, because they are so in tune with that source energy, with that greatness, that they have enough to share. Because when you understand how it works, it's always flowing through you. And because it always flows through you, you're feeding yourself, but you can always give it to others as well. So how can you grow your business? By tapping into your inner kingdom. I mean, it's nice for your personal development or whatever. No, but it's really powerful to reactivate that inner knowing, inner kingdom part, because then you can step into the memory of your stardust, the part where you came from. And when you can tap into that energy, well, I want to say the sky is the limit, but that's not true, because there is no limit. And then you step into that energy and frequency. And that is so amazing to live and create and be an entrepreneur from that frequency, because then it becomes so easy. And when something isn't working, you can go do a step back, listen, ask, and then you can change it. And it doesn't mean like everything is going to be smooth sailing, because that's not the reason why we're here. We need to learn, we need to evolve. That's the main part. But when you can learn how to navigate through that inner kingdom with the use of your stardust potential, when you reactivate that powerful light, that God spark within, when you become aware of that source energy within you, and when you know, like, oh my, everything that I was looking for outside of me lives within me. It's my inner kingdom. And that's why I use as well my above the golden line method, because you can step into the royal frequencies of your inner kingdom. So much wealth inside of you. Why not use it? So, well, how can I help you? Because as a high-end success medium, high-frequency business coach, of course, I bring all those tools together and I can help you. So in my new online program, that's especially for coaches and service-based entrepreneurs, I help you to powerfully connect, reconnect, and step into your inner kingdom and use it in your business. So what are we going to do in that program? And it's a new program this way, especially for coaches, because I've been training for many years, for more than 5 years already with students. So this program has developed with me. And I know, I've seen around me with my students, with the results they get, it's so powerful that it works, but I'm making it more powerful and more powerful. So this month, you can step into the best version of the program so far. And I look at what works and I bring it together. I use it with my students and they can train it. I always say, when you want to learn how to fly energetically, you also have to learn how to land, of course. That's the most important part. But what are we going to do? We are going to reactivate your inner wisdom, your source. You're going to connect with your own source within, that God spark within. You're going to learn how to tap into your inner kingdom at intuitive, psychic, and energy level beyond the veil, And that's, you're going to connect to the unseen world. Yeah, so that most people are really excited about that. And it's amazing when you understand how that works and how quickly you can shift your energy to get a glimpse behind the veil. My mentor always said, it's about lifting the veil. You're going to lift the veil, and that's the veil that's, I don't know if you understand, if I put it like that, it's like the curtain that's in front of your third eye, you're going to lift that. So really powerful, really strong, and you're going to be amazed how it's going to change your personal life, how it's going to change your energy, your frequency, your life in general, but of course also your business, because that's why you're here. It's like you have all the tools already inside of you, but now you need to have a manual how to use it, right? Because that's the way I learned it as well. I had my own mentor as well. And the wonderful thing is, you are going to tune into the energy field of other people or the students, the people you work with. Of course, they need to agree with that. So you can't just step into everybody's energy field. That has to do with privacy, but that's what you learn as well, what you can say or can't say. But everything will become clear in the program. But you're going to read and translate the language of energy, because you can see energy as a language and it's all around you. But if you don't know how to read the energy and then sense the energy and then process it and interpret it, well, you don't know how to do that. Well, it's like swimming in a big bowl of soup, but you don't have a clue why. You don't have a clue why. So you're going to learn how to read and translate the language of energy, which is so powerful, especially for you as a coach, because people most of the time say, when you ask, how are you feeling? How are you doing? Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. And then when this happens to me a lot of the times, they say, I'm good. And then I feel the tears behind my eyes rising. And then I know, okay, you're trying to be strong, but I know there's way more there. And I use my own body as well. My own body becomes like the compass. So I can sense in my own body where you have pain, and I can feel it, tune into that. We can release that. And I'm going to learn how you can do that as well. Because then, especially as a coach or as a therapist, then you can feel and sense the energy moving through the energy field. And then you can tap into the energy of that frequency. And then you can read the energy, the language behind that pattern. And then you understand, oh, wow, that happened. Yesterday I did that with somebody. I just stepped into the energy of when that person was 4 years old, and I heard little kids screaming at him at the playground at school when he was really young, and really powerful. And we could clear that in that moment, but I don't want to go too much into the details, because there's so much you can do with it, and you can really personalize it to your own business. And I can help you, of course, with that, because it's especially a high level program to learn this in a way that nobody else teaches it, because through the last 12 years of training I've done, I've integrated so much dimensions, and I created my own recipe. So inner kingdom, reconnecting to it. Yes, what are you going to learn as well? You're going, like I said, so you're going to learn how to trace and clear energy blocks within yourself and your clients. So it's really helpful, because it's not only that you learn to do that with your clients, but you learn it for yourself as well. And people are going to train that with you. So it's also a really powerful personal transformation, so that you can become that clear channel for the information and the energy that comes to you. Okay, and you're going to learn how to get to the root of a problem, a challenge, at the energetic level. Of course, again, with respect for the universal laws, because, well, we don't have all the answers, but sometimes, especially when you're working with people and they have questions about loved ones that are ill or something, and when you sense that person is going to pass within a certain period of time, and that can come to you really fast, we don't talk about that. That's one of the universal laws. I really recall learning this like many years ago, and that made me think about a lot of things, like, oh wow, so you can pick up on that. But it's not nice to say, oh, I just saw your aunt is going to die in 2 weeks, sorry. No, we don't do that. We all have free will. And we have to be really responsible and really careful about what we say, especially health-wise as well. But we're going to learn about that. And you're also going to learn to see clairvoyantly your client's path and the steps to take to ultimate results. Again, of course, with respect for their free will. So when you sense in their energy, like this is the incoming energy I sense and feel with you, and those steps would be the right step to take, you always say it's the potential energy. It's the potential. So then they know, okay, I can act upon that or just choose to go the other way, that they always have a choice. It's not the only path. It's not the only path. So remember that as well. When people are saying to you things like, okay, this is going to happen, and especially when the outcome is not that good, please become aware that you have free will. You have a choice to go the other direction. And I had to clear so much blocks and so much pain with people, with students, with clients that have been to psychics or people who call themselves mediums, but just are reading the energy field in a way upon the wishes of the person that they, weird things happen. So always stay connected to your inner wisdom, your inner kingdom, where the answers are. But it's amazing to have somebody looking at your energy field, your auric field, like a helicopter view. And because when you're in Dutch, we say, door de bomen het bos niet meer zien. Like there's so many trees. When you're in the forest, you don't see the overall picture. And it's like the helicopter view. And you can get that for your clients as well. And that's amazing because you don't need hours of talking. You don't need hours of work. You can just connect to the energy field and you can get straight to the core. You can go wherever you want to go, whatever client wants. Well, also remember what they want isn't what they need. So I always give them what they need. And that's not always what they want, but then they first need to resolve certain areas, certain things, and then they get what they want. So it unfolds always in a beautiful, natural way. And the last thing I wanted to touch, you're going to learn how to use and work with the language of energy within one-to-one sittings, private sittings, and as well with groups. Because I'm training online and I'm working with groups, especially I'm training a group of 14 people at the moment. And then I have to do the energy work with 14 of my students. And it works, especially with Zoom. You have the small tiles, the small pictures of them. But, well, you're going to learn that as well. There's so much amazing, powerful tools. And that means you can serve a lot of people, a lot of clients in the most powerful way from a really different angle. But is it different? No, it's not at all. Because energy, it's who we are. It's where we came from. It's what created us. And it's where we will return to eventually. So, well, I hope I have given you some ideas, some insights. I hope you got amazing answers to your questions. And you can always listen back and start writing again. Go back to the memory of your future self and see whatever comes forward. Because, that person did it. She stepped into greatness, into that potential that is already there. But how did you get there? How did you get there? And I hope you got the answers and know what action steps to take at this moment. Well, thank you for listening. If you're interested in reactivating your inner kingdom, please send me a DM with the word greatness and I will connect and tell you more about the program. Well, awesome you listened to this episode and I hope something was touched energetically so that you can take that next step. Thanks so much again. All the information I'll put in the show notes at www.lisettelucas.com/B29. Yes, see you next time. Bye. Thank you for listening to my high-end and frequency business podcast. My name is Lisette Lucas, and if you want to join my EnergyJoy world, please drop me a DM and really looking forward to connect.